once again the world is crashing down.
So hey, this is Jeff with Tunes Alive. Tonight I'm on with Paul and James of the group PAWL. We're going to talk about their music, a little bit about what inspires them as musicians, as artists, and talk about what's next for them. So introduce yourself, guys.
I'm Paul of PAWL.
I'm James of PAWL.
Well, PAWL is more of a project than a band. I collaborate with whoever I can find that I think is interesting musically, and we just always work on something new. So that's kind of the whole premise of it. It's hopefully always changing, but I play piano, so that's probably not changing.
Describe writing music for you as both selfish and necessary. Care to elaborate on that?
Well, yeah, let's see. Selfish because you're locking yourself in a room, feeling very passionate about what you do, and you feeling like this is something maybe people should hear. Sometimes as a songwriter, you've got to lock yourself away, and people are like, why, you're so busy? And it's like, no, I'm not really. I feel like I could be doing this 3 or 4 more days a week solidly and not see any of you and not feel busy. So that's how much music I've got to do. So there's 2 parts in necessary. One part necessary is if I don't do it, I will probably be insane. I will probably become completely unbalanced to the point where I would need treatment. The other necessary part that's kind of becoming more apparent, I'm glad that you said that, is that, you know, music has always, not always, it's gone through phases where it could be part of a social movement or to raise awareness about different things. I try to paint a picture, you know, of how I'm inspired. And so if that inspires other people to go out and help the homeless, that's great. If it inspires people to have a relationship with God, that's great. If it inspires people to just become more introspective in themselves and think about their lives so that the good of the planet and human rights and we can all survive, that would be good too.
You want to talk about your new release? And I'm also interested in hearing about the Motel project.
New release is called Modified Dreams. It's got 4 singles. We're going in the studio next month to do those. We planned this one out since the summer. James has been really busy being a producer, so he's more going to be taking a production role on this one. And the other half of the album, besides the 4 singles, is I have about 20 home recordings, which are just demos that I do not have enough money to go into the studio and do. So I just recorded those myself. They're going to be layered with keyboards. James is doing drums on 1 or 2 of them, and that's that. So that's that album. This project called Motel. My brother and I grew up in a motel. That's a long story. So, you know, we've lived through some interesting times in the motel. Our parents actually ran it. And so we met a lot of characters, I'll tell you, growing up, and we're exposed to things that normal suburban children were not exposed to until they graduated college and went homeless. So, or ever, maybe ever, you know, you can, you know, there's a lot of bad things in this world, but, you know, some kids get lucky and they never experience what I'm just saying, it wasn't that bad, but you know what I mean? We just ran into some interesting things. We were not tortured or tied up. Thank you, the Tarantino comment. But,
People hidden in
so,
bed.
yeah, no. We found some interesting things, only had to call the police 500 times.